Oh, Beyonce got a new album. Guess who's mad? Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of Jordans and Jazz. Again, I'm your host, Juan Williams. And I do want to thank you for checking out the video. Remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell and notifications for any the bell for any notifications, and the like button. Also follow me on Instagram at Jordans and Jazz and on Twitter. So again, follow me Instagram and Twitter. Remember, hit the subscribe button. But let's get into it. So Beyonce released a new album, and there was a sample on that album by an artist, and they're not too happy about it. They're not too happy about the sample being cleared. So, of course, we know who this artist is. This artist is Khalees, and she was signed to, I guess, the Neptunes or Pharrell. She was signed to them. And how I remember Khalees is she sang the hook on that "Oh Dirty Bastard," "Got Your Money," and I mean that song was a hit. I mean that's one of my favorite ODB songs. Uh, so she sang the hook on that, but of course she went on and had a pretty successful music career, but her business was not up to par. Let's just say so. So Beyonce released a new album, and there was a sample on a song that Beyonce did called "Energy," and she sampled Khalees' big hit "Milkshake." And Khalees is not too happy about that. So let's just take a look at this clip and see what she
As Erica
see what
said,
she
I'm
has to
sensitive about
say
my
about
shit.
it.
The reality is, okay, is that my real beef is not only with Beyonce, because at the end of the day, she sampled a record. She's copied me before. She's done it before. So have many other artists. It's fine. I don't care about that. The issue is that not only are we female artists, okay, black female artists in an industry that there's not that many of us, right? We've met each other. We know each other. We have mutual friends. It's not hard. She can contact, right? Ash Nico, who's what, 20? She's a young white girl. She reached out when she freaking, like, it's just common decency, right? It's common decency, especially because, as so many of you pointed out, as though I don't know, but let me help you, okay? I know what I own and what I don't own. I also know the lies that were told. I also know the things that were stolen. Publishing was stolen. People were swindled out of rights. It happens all the time, especially back then. So it's not about me being mad about Beyonce. Everyone's like, you're all sheep. And I'm talking to the people who are obsessed and blind, just like, like, it's so dumb. It's so ignorant. It's so ignorant. She's one issue because it was stupid and disrespectful, and she should have at least reached out. But the real issue is the fact that the people like Pharrell and like Chad really is like an amoeba and just, he's spineless. It's a miracle he can keep his neck up. But Pharrell knows better. This is a direct hit at me. He does this stuff all the time. It's very petty. Very, very, very. And the reality is that it's frustrating. I have the right to be frustrated. Why? Because no one had the human decency to call and be like, yo, hey, would like to use your record. Which, by the way, the reason I'm annoyed is because I know it was on purpose. This is not like they were in the studio and it was, no, this was an on purpose direct hit, which is very passive aggressive. It's very petty. It's very stupid. And I'm going to say what I have to say. I don't mince my words. So all of you Beyonce fans, knock yourselves out.
Well, that was a lot. Let's take a step back, right? So Khalees is mad that Beyonce had a sample from Milkshake in her record Energy, and she didn't call her to be like, "Yo, I'm sampling your record." I'm okay. I what? Who do you think you are? Like literally, who do you think you are that I gotta call you to be like, "Yo, can I sample your record?" Okay, let's just. I just want to take a step back. Let's just say Beyonce does call Khalees, and she asks her, "It's like, hey, I want to sample your record," and Khalees says no, and then Beyonce was like, really I was just calling to let you know that I'm sampling it, and so I really don't have to ask you. But even if you say no, if I still want to use it, guess what? I can still use that sample. You know why? Because you don't own it. Now, yes, we could talk about, how you were 16 when you signed your deal with the Neptunes, and you signed a contract and you used the same manager and the same lawyer. That's who you really need to be mad at is yourself. You really need to be mad at yourself for having the same manager and lawyer as Pharrell and Chad. Though that's who you need to get mad at. But Beyonce having to call you, I'm pretty sure that whatever Beyonce maybe heard it or something like that, or whoever put the song together used that sample, and she said, "Yes, I like that. Get it cleared." Beyonce is not on the phone clearing samples for her album. She has a whole team of lawyers and publishers and people who do that stuff for her. She, who do you think you are that like Beyonce needs to call you to say, "Hey, can I sample your record?" No, she just says, "Hey, yeah, sample it. If we get it cleared, we get it cleared." Why? Who? Why would she do that? That makes no sense. But you need to throw out insults. You need to basically to try to get your way, and you did get your way, right? So Beyonce ended up taking the sample off the record. Uh, maybe, just maybe, you probably should have called and says, "Hey, could I get a writer's credit on that song?" Maybe it would have been like, "Yo, this is what happened." Maybe you pick up the phone and you call and you say, "Hey, I know I don't have the rights to this record, and it's crazy that you don't have the rights to Milkshake." That's crazy. That's what's crazy. Is who you need to be mad at is you need to be calling that lawyer. You need to be getting your lawyers on the phone to be like, "Yo, I need to get my rights back to these songs." But getting mad at somebody for sampling your song, it's not Beyonce's fault that you don't own it. How is that her fault? And you're saying like, "Oh, this was on purpose." I mean, was it? Yeah, it was on purpose. It was definitely on purpose that I used this sample because the people who created the song thought that sample would fit in the song. But you to get mad and say, "Oh, the women empowerment," and go into this diatribe about this big long soliloquy of what's going on, like really, like, "Oh, we need to stick together as women." Okay, fine, but to start to throw shade and stuff like that, to get mad, maybe what you should have did is like, "Hey, can I get a writer's credit?" To be like, "Yo, this is what happened. Hey, Beyonce, I think what we need to do is we might need to do something in the music industry to help artists get all of their publishing back from these bad record contracts that we signed when we were young kids and we didn't know no better." Maybe that's what you need to do. I don't know. That's just me. But to go in and start to complain, like, "Oh, somebody sampled my record." It was cleared. The sample was cleared. Even if you said no, she still could have used it, and there was nothing you could do other than go to Instagram and complain about it. But it is what it is. People sample records all the time. Nobody, not it. There's not. You don't always. You know who you get permission from? You get permission from somebody clearing the sample when the lawyers get involved and they send over the paperwork to be like, "Hey, I need to clear this sample. What is it going to cost?" And you pay whatever it costs to clear that sample, and it is what it is. But maybe it would have been a simple call to say, "Hey, Beyonce, I know I don't own this song. This was one of my biggest records. You're sampling it on your, I thank you for sampling it. Uh, is it possible for me to get a writer's credit and get some publishing, even though I signed a bad record deal because I had the same lawyer and the same manager?" talk about a conflict of interest. All right, so what do you think? Again, leave your comments down below. Again, follow me on Instagram and you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jordans and Jazz. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the bell and the notification for any updates. Again, keep your kicks fresh and your groove tight. Peace.